Hey guys, Chris from Ultimate Recycler. Welcome back to the channel, and we're up to Monday Marathon e-waste processing episode 45, I think. So we've got a pile of stuff here. The most exciting thing for me this week is these two retro speakers. We'll get to those shortly. I don't know if they work, but they're pretty cool. I'd say they date to the late 60s or early 70s. The only thing I managed to pick up this week to buy was this large, impressive looking vase. It has got a hairline crack to it, and I think it's Japanese made. It's probably not as good as what it actually looks. I think I paid $6 for it. It was pretty hard to find something this week, but I have to find something. I spent $6. I like to triple my money. We'll try 20, but it might actually have to drop to 15 to sell. But it's, yeah, someone might like it for 20. So that's what we've got this week. Oh, there's obviously a box of stuff in front. These two speakers. Bit of electronic stuff, bit of kitchen appliances, really a general sort of mixture. I don't really know what's in the box underneath, so let's go through it and see what we've scored, see what we can sell. Hopefully not much will go to e-waste, and hopefully we can make some dollars. I've moved the speakers off the bench so I've got a bit of room to work. Have a better look at this vase. It's quite impressive. It's high relief on the decoration there, some gold. I think it probably dates to the 60s or 70s. It's certainly not antique. There is a little bit of a mark there. I'm pretty sure it's Japanese. You might be able to see that hairline crack. Where is it? Yeah, it goes down through there. You can't really see it. Oh, just faintly on the outside there. And it is visible on the inside. I don't know how the camera will pick that up. But it would be good for, it probably still would hold water, I'm not sure, but it would be good for a dried arrangement or just purely as a decorative piece. Maybe you could put a cork on it, maybe keep grandma's ashes in there. I don't know, whatever you want to do. I think I'll get 20 for it though. It's pretty enough. Okay, so we have some electronic stuff, some of which I don't even know what it is. That looks like a remote control for something. It's very sticky. That rubberized plastic has gone very sticky. That looks like some sort of charging dock for it. So I don't actually know what that is. We'll have a bit of a better look at that in a minute. May not be worth trying to save. This is a Panasonic Blu-ray player, which is pretty good. Hopefully that works fine. Hopefully the remote's for it. We'll have to dig that out before we test it. Kitchen appliance-wise, we have a lean, mean, fat grilling machine. It's a George Foreman. What's it look like inside? Oh, actually near new. Excellent. Doesn't appear to be damaged. It's a little discoloured around the side, so it has been used. But we'll test that. We might as well test that now and see if it works and we can get it off the bench. That will be quite saleable, assuming it tests safe. And it won't need much of a clean. Cord looks okay. So let's plug it straight in and power it up. No mucking around today. The lights come on. Whoops, what's it sitting on? Oh, why is it crooked? That's weird. Oh, one, okay, it has extension feet. Maybe the others are in the box. Well, they've still got, that one's missing its little rubber pad. The others are still on there, so I don't really need this. Oh, the front ones have them too. Maybe we'll just put, oh, I don't know. We're missing one extension. Hopefully it's in the box. Looks like we can use it without the extensions though. It looks fine. Okay, do we have an earth? Yes, passes the earth test, and it's getting hot. It's getting hot. The appliance tester likes it, so that's all good. Just needs a bit of a clean. And we'll sort out what to do with these little extension feet. They're a bit odd, but whether we not use them at all, it's perfectly fine without them. It has actually an appliance tester tag on here, dating to last year, December last year. So it's actually still current. That's right, I don't actually put tags on unless customers ask for them. I just make sure they're safe. Right, so it does need a bit of a clean at the back, but that's okay. We should be able to sell that one. What else is in this box? We have a bag here. I'm guessing maybe hairdryer, hair straightener, maybe a hair cutting. That looks like a thing you'd wear when you go to the hairdressers, so I'm guessing, yeah, it's a trimmer. All right. It looks okay. It's an Anko brand, so that's a cheap supermarket brand. It does have all the little fittings, and there's even some, there's a comb and some scissors. They're pretty cheap hairdressing scissors, so I don't think this was a professional kit. I think it was just mum doing the kids' hair to save a few dollars. But anyway, the clippers we'll test out, see if they work. I don't think we'll include the comb. Maybe we can put the little cape thing in there. Oh, we could probably sell it as a kit and people can use what they want. So these won't be very expensive to buy. This one looks fine, other than a bit of random hair on it. Let's see if it works. And on. Yeah, that sounds fine. All works good, no issues there. Do a bit of a test. Yep, not a problem. Now some of my DNA is included. Alright, we'll give that a bit of a clean up. It might only be $5. I don't think they'll be overly expensive. I will check it out. But I guess we can sell the whole kit. We might get $10 for the kit. Alright, that's to be cleaned up as well. Oh, we've got all the little comb things that just set how short your crew cut is. Alright, every week we seem to get an iron, and they've been selling quite well. So I don't mind getting irons when they're in good condition. Yeah, it's not too bad. Looks clean. It's an Anko brand again. It looks nice and clean though. Should be an easy sell. We'll just see if it works. Might only put $5 on it. I just like to sell them quickly. The better brands I tend to put 10, but an Anko brand's probably just 5. It passes the earth test. Everything else looks good. The light's on in there, and it's heating up. Beauty. The thing is with irons, they can actually leak water, and I don't test them for that. Some people don't use the steam function anyway. But if one does, you know, if you're buying an iron for $5 and it drips a bit of water, well, you can either bring it back to me and I'll give you your money back, or don't use the steam function. So, all right, we'll give that a clean up too. I might have to pause the unboxing whilst I declutter my bench in a minute. We have the obligatory lamp, which we tend to get every week, at least one. This one couldn't be much cheaper, and there's a big ugly chip on the side. So it's an Arlic lamp. I think what I might do, the shade's okay. It's a very small shade. I think I might just save the fitting and the cord, and we'll send the rest to Ewaste. Well, actually, if I take the fitting, the shade and the cord off, it's only a bit of porcelain with a chip in it, so that can probably go in the rubbish bin. But actually the shade's broken inside. The inner lining's all cracked, so that's no good at all. In fact, what I'll do is I'll take the globe out. I'll take the collar off because I use the collars. We can just stand on the shade. I really don't need the fitting. I've got so many of these. So what I'm just going to do is snip the cord off, and that can just go to e-waste now. So I don't like putting things in the bin. The people at the e-waste processing place where it all ends up will have some way of getting rid of that, hopefully. I mean, it probably will end up in landfill, let's be honest. But the responsibility is on them, isn't it? Okay, I don't really need the cord, so we'll chop the plug off. Well, at least I don't need to keep the cord to reuse it for anything. So that will go in my electric wire bin. And I'll keep the collar and the globe. So we've got something out of it. Okay, what's next over here? We have a little fan. A USB fan. Alright, I will have to try that. Oh, I'll go and get a little charger thing and see if it works. It's pretty cute actually. A little bit of an industrial sort of look. Yeah, quite nice. Okay, I've got a little power pack here for the USB to plug into. So we'll give that a go and see if the fan works. Hopefully it does. Okay, we have power. There's looks like a touch switch on. Oh, there we go. That's pretty cool. Now, without sticking my fingers in the blades. That's a cool little fan, but there's absolutely no protection. How do we push that off again? Oh, it's 2-speed, so that's slow. And stop. As you can see, there's nothing to protect your fingers. And I'm wondering how actual painful it would be. Yeah. Okay, it's plastic. And it hasn't got a heap of torque, so it's not slicing and dicing my finger. But you wouldn't want a young toddler to put their finger in there. So I guess it's something you keep up high, just moves a bit of air around, probably ideal at your workstation where your computer is. You can just plug it straight into USB. Works perfectly fine, but yeah, not anywhere the kids can get to, I would suspect. Next in this box, what's in this box? It's a LED lamp. Oh, is it a fingernail UV light for curing your fingernail polish, perhaps? LED lamp for curing gel manicures. There you go. See, I know my fingernail care. Not. All right. Oh yeah, little LEDs. I think they're UV ones. 30 or 60 second timer. Has the little power pack. Let's see if it works. Okay, where's it plug in here? Okay, and we'll power it up. It's very light. Oh, made a noise. Is that supposed to do that? I guess we've got to push the top button. There we go. UV light. And it's a 30 or 60 second timer. And I think last time I wondered if this was the right UV light to glow, to make uranium glass glow. I have a piece out here. Let's try it. Okay, here's a little uranium glass. It's not an egg cup, it's just like a little salt pick or something, but it's quite an old one, and this glows under UV light, and it looks like it's going to glow brilliantly. Look at that. Get you a closer look. So there we go. It's definitely ultraviolet. Oh, it's gone off. So we have a timer up top. So I guess ultraviolet light helps the gel on your fingernails cure. I know they use it in dentistry now, don't they? It must help the fillings cure. All right, so that works fine. It'll probably only be a $5 one. At least we have the box. I will check to make sure they're not hugely expensive, but given that it's just an array of UV LEDs and very simple little gadget and very light little power pack, I would imagine they're cheap to buy, so it'll probably be just $5, but I'll check that out. Okay, what's left in our box? We have a remote that looks like, yes, it's the Blu-ray disc player for the Panasonic. It's heavy, so it feels like it's got batteries. Let's hope they're okay. Well, can't see any corrosion, so that looks good. And do they actually work? Let's see if we have the purple flash. Yep, looks like that's a goer. So we'll test that Blu-ray player shortly. I'll have to get a TV up here. We don't have a TV in the Ewaste this week to check. Now the rest of it looks like it might be all one unit. We have a ultra micro component system. So it's a little stereo system. So it has tuning, so it's a radio. It has a CD. Who makes it? Did I see a brand? Or is it a no-name? Oh, Audio Sonic. Made in China. 0117, so that would be the date of it. So what's that, 8 years old? Hopefully it all works. It will be quite saleable. People do buy these little units. So I guess we have an array of speakers. Oh, hang on, what's this? Oh, this is a different unit. This is a Linux DVD, MP3, USB and radio. So that's a different unit. So we've got two little units here. Oh, that's good. Again, hope it works. They sell quite okay. This doesn't have a date code on it, I don't think. Not that I can see. And the fact that the CD tray was sticking out is a little concerning. Hopefully they work fine. We'll test them in a minute. So we have two lots of speakers then. That's the speaker for the Lennox. And that's the other one. And then we have a pair of speakers for the Audiosonic. They're pretty light. They're only cheapies, but that's fine. Someone would love this to play their CDs and or their radio, and that's all we have in the box. What's this? That's all in the box, but we have something in this bag. Okay. We have wire. What is this? Oh, it's a remote. So that's just obviously spare speaker wire. And this must be for the Audiosonic, I think. Because, oh, they've both got speaker wire. I don't know. There's batteries in this remote too. I'm assuming it's for one of these. It doesn't actually give a brand. Does the remote work? No, the battery must be flat. We've got no life in that one. Oh. The batteries are a little bit of corrosion, so they must be flat. Doesn't appear to have hurt the remote though. Alright, we'll work out what that suits. And we better give these things a test. I've just wired the speakers up on this Audiosonic and we'll apply some power and see if it works. There's a standby light come on. I would imagine the radios are going to be fine, but whether the CDs work is another thing. I suspect this remote might be for this one, and I think the spare bit of wire in the bag might have been an extension on one speaker to have it a bit further away. Right, there's a standby. I put new batteries in this, by the way, and it works fine. There we go, it does work. So that suits this one. It's woken it up. It sounds like it's on radio. We can hear a bit of a hum. No. What's no mean? There's our volume. Oh, no disc, I guess. It must be on CD. Let's try to go to radio. There we go.
Very happy about that. But now there's
okay, that works fine. And I think both speakers are working. The bass button, yeah, that works.
Going online, and we encourage you to do that. Again, you might have been.
So there's usually no issues with the radio. So let's go to, oh, that's AM. That sounds like it's going to work. Auxiliary, perhaps? CD, all right. And now it probably will say no again. I think it's searching, yeah, okay. So let's open that up and we'll put a CD in. All right, we'll try this one. At least with the top loaders, you don't have to worry about the tray not coming out. It's spinning it up. That's a good sign. Let's see if it finds the number of tracks, or has it just gone straight to track 1? It has. Okay, track 2. That sounds like it's going to work fine. Track 3. Okay, that's working fine. Can't play any more than that. Appears to work great, which is excellent. Does need a little bit of a clean up. It's a little bit dirty in spots. It's got the remains of a sticker on this speaker. I think it was probably at a garage sale. I'm probably going to ask about $20. It should be a fairly quick sale. We do have the remote for it, and it all seems to work fine. It's only a cheap unit, but it would be great in someone's shed, or maybe on top of the fridge in the kitchen. Maybe not on top of the fridge. It's a bit hard to load CDs unless you've got a very low fridge. All right, so that's working great. Let's check out the other one. Now the Lennox machine is wired up. We don't have a remote for this one. Let's apply some power. And it's come to life straight up. And, oh, I don't know what it's doing. It's trying to read, is it? It's buzzing. Let's open the door. I think it's trying to open the door. So there's a disc in here. It says Beethoven, so it's a home recorded disc. but there's an issue with the door. Will it close? Yeah, there's a problem with the tray. The loading motor's buzzing. I'd say the belt's probably broken. But even with it right in, it's still buzzing. Let's see if we can get the radio to work. These switches aren't working properly. Oh, there we go. I'm pushing the silver bits. But very cheap switches. So it sounds like the radio's going to work. Oh, we have a display up here, but it's very hard to read. Input, Bluetooth. Okay, it's got Bluetooth. And it's still trying to close the door. It won't open or close the door. Alright, well, we can't sell that like that. It's not much point. Hang on, I'll turn that off. It's not much point trying to sell it just as a radio. I guess I could just see if I could replace the belt. Maybe we should do a quick separate repair video on it. I don't want to include it in this marathon video, although it would make the video a real marathon. We have to check those retro speakers yet. So I might just say, I'll say $5 for this as it is, as a shed radio. And we might do a quick repair video just to see if we can get the tray to come in and out. I'm pretty sure it'll just be a belt. It sounds like the motor's working, but I think the belt's either broken or jammed. And it should work fine. So, all right, we'll write this down at $5 and we'll get back to it soon. Next, we've got to check this Panasonic Blu-ray player. I think, did we confirm that the remote's working? Yes, it is. Okay. Okay, we have it all plugged in. Let's power the TV up. I've plugged it in through the HDMI cable. I'm not sure what the TV is set for. I'll wait until it comes on. Okay, it's set to AV. Let's go to HDMI 1, I think. I guess we better turn the appliance tester on first, give it some juice. It says hello on the screen, you probably can't see that. All right, so we're on the right setting for the TV. It looks like it's powering up fine. The main thing with these usually is the tray, like we had with the CD player. So let's see if we can open the tray. Open, close. Uh-oh. It's either jammed or we've got a broken belt or something here as well. Reading, it's trying to read, but the tray's not opening, so we've got an issue we have to fix with this one too. Try it again. Yeah, we're just getting a bit of a buzzing and nothing's happening. All right, looks like we have to do a repair job on that one. It's not worth anything while it's not working. I think it's probably a $20 or $30 unit, given that we've got the remote, this remote, and it's a Panasonic, reasonable brand. It's I'll check the model number on eBay to see if they sell for much, but I think it was a better quality one. It's probably worth trying to fix the tray, and maybe we'll do another video on that, but at this stage, I'm not going to write down anything for this. It's got no value as it is, and there's a chance that the repair job labour will be more than what the thing's worth, but that probably won't stop me. The last thing to look at here before we try and get those retro speakers booming out some noise is this remote. It's a universal remote. I had a look online. It's a Logitech, and other than the really sticky rubber coating there, it appears to be in great condition. Now, these are surprisingly, well, to me at least, very expensive. They're programmable for about, I think I read 5,000 different devices. So they can operate just about anything, not just TVs or audio equipment. And it appears, as I said, it appears to be in good condition. The dock is a little dirty. I'm assuming the power supply works. We'll have to test that. I'm assuming this works. So I guess we can plug it in and see if it comes to life, but it certainly needs a good cleanup. But they were online, they were bringing close to $100 quite regularly. It's probably a slightly older model. It's the Harmony 1, but I found a few of these online selling for quite a bit, and sometimes not even with the charging dock. So says Harmony 1 on the bottom there. And it's quite a complicated programmable universal remote. So if I can get it working and get that sticky cleaned, well, I'm assuming it does work. We'll power it up and see if it charges. But if I can get it cleaned up and that sticky removed, it might even be worth throwing on eBay because it'd be easy to post. I did do a bit of checking on removing that sticky residue on the rubberized surface, and apparently isopropyl alcohol will help. I also saw some remedies where they said you can use, I think it was baking soda mixed into a paste, and you kind of polish it. But apparently it's a bit of an issue, and it's the degradation of the rubber compound, and it'll probably do it again once these things get fairly old. I've got nothing going on here. There's no charge light. Oh, is there? No. Oh, there's a light at the top here. Little blue light. I guess I'll just have to leave it on for a while and see if it'll come to life. But it's not turning on yet. Oh, there we go. It is. Except we had a weird screen. Oh yeah, it's booting up. So I'll leave it on for a while and see if it charges up, all right? And then we'll try and clean it up. And yeah, maybe I could try it in the shop for $50, I suppose. Anyone that's looked into these things will know that's cheap, and I don't have the hassle of trying to eBay it or post it then. So maybe that's what we'll do. But I'll see how well it cleans up first. We'll leave it charge. Now I'll have to make some room for these retro speakers in my other little workshop and see if we can bring them to life. Unfortunately, we can't play too much of that, but these speakers sound great. I've got them back out on my other workbench now. They're in very solid cabinets. They're really heavy. The cabinets actually are in very good condition. They will be a veneered type particle board of some sort, but I think they date to the late 60s, and they're just much better quality than the 70s era chipboard stuff. That finish would actually come up very nicely with some Danish oil or something. The grills look pretty good. They are branded Epicure, and here's a picture of the back. I think they're also known as Epi, model M100. I did a check online, and they seem to have a bit of a following. Now, I think the general discussion on some of the forums I read was they were great speakers for their time, but they are quite old, and often the woofer, I think they're an 8-inch bass speaker, often they need refoaming. I haven't taken the grills off these for one reason. It looks like there's little nails in here. So whether the original plugs or Velcro or however they were attached wasn't any good, and someone's just put little nails through. I didn't want to try and lever them off, so I'm not going to inspect the speakers as such, but as you heard, they actually sound pretty good. I think if they needed refoaming, you would hear it, but they probably will need doing at some stage because they're old. You can get kits for them, so that can certainly be done. I checked the balance on it. Both sound identical. I'm pretty sure the tweeter and the bass speaker are working fine. So really nice speakers, and they sound really good. So I think I'll put these in the shop for around about $100 the pair. It might be a bit expensive, but I'm happy for them to sit there for a while. And in fact, I've got a couple of older stereo units, hi-fi units that don't have speakers, and they would match them really well from the right era. So if they don't sell in the shop, I'll probably match them up to an amp and a tuner or a record player or something down the track. But yeah, really nice speakers. Pretty happy to pick these up. I'll write them down at 100, but I don't expect them to sell quickly. But that's fine. I don't mind. They'll look great in the shop. Up on the deck now for a look at our spoils for this week. We have a bit of an interesting mix this week. We have some vintage, we have quite modern, we have stuff in boxes, we have an interesting Japanese vase that we're going to try and flip, and a hairdressing kit. So yeah, a nice mix of sales, very little rubbish. Just the lampshade there, the 3 spare feet from the grillier. I don't think we need those at all, and I don't think they're worth keeping. Some wire, a little bit of e-waste there, and a couple of handy bits with the globe and the collar. We have a couple of repair projects which I may or may not film, just depends how I go, but I'll try and get onto them quickly because I don't want them sitting around. The really cool speakers, and I don't mind, as I said earlier, I don't mind if they sit in a shop for a while. In fact, I kind of consider some of this stuff to be in storage in the shop, and by having a price on it, it will convince me to part with it. But if I don't actually have to sell it, I'm happy for it to sit there until I have a use for it, and it's better storing it in the shop than in my shed. So there we go. That's our haul for this week. let's go and have a look at the notepad. And here's our list for this week, with a total of $220 for the electrical stuff we can sell, obviously boosted a lot by the $100 for the speakers. Now, I've been talking that as expensive, and I said I don't mind if they sit for a while, but there's every chance that someone might message me from this video or come in the first weekend and grab them, because I've seen them sell online. Some of them sold overseas for $200 to $300. I saw people selling the 8-inch woofers alone, the tweeters alone, even the crossover networks and the grills. So they're obviously got a bit of a following. It's just a matter of finding the right person. So to the right person, $100 may be very cheap. That's fine. I'm happy to pass them on. The universal remote, I think I'll try in the shop for $50, but I did see quite a few of them online, that exact model, selling for much more than that. And everything else, I don't think I changed the price as much. I went $15 on the grill, the hair clippers $10 with all the other bits and pieces in the bag. And I did check out those the UV LED lamp for your fingernails, and they're actually fairly expensive. So $10 is probably pretty cheap for that. And the Lennox music system mini stereo we may well fix up, as I've mentioned, and the other one I haven't allowed anything for. So there we go, potentially $240 back for this week. Not a huge amount of stuff, but some good stuff. Last week's list looks like this. We have sold the toaster oven, and we've sold the Echo TV. That was the smaller smart TV. I actually upped the price to $75 when I was pricing it, and it sold the first day. So there you go. That was pretty good. The other one, the TCL one, hasn't sold yet, but a couple of people are looking. I actually sold 3 TVs last weekend, so they don't all come through the charity shop. People drop them off all the time, and they're selling quite well. So that's all right. We've made a bit of a start on that list. Part 43 has seen half of the items sold. The vintage touch lamp, that was the one in the box I've put into stock in the shop, so that could stay there for a while. And the toaster, the lamps, they're still there at this stage. Going back to part 42, over half of it sold. The Vulcan heater's gone into the shop because it's a nice vintage piece. And same with the AWA clock radio, so there's only one out on the specials table now. The jug element went into the kitchen room area where it's in shop stock, and the modem's gone into the tech area. So there's really only one item out on the specials table left from this lot. We'll leave it float one more week perhaps. Back to part 41, we have a few lingering items. The controller I don't count because that's basically just in stock for a repair job one day. The rice cooker has been discounted and it's still there, so it might have to go down to $5. It appears no one wants a large rice cooker. The Telstra modem has gone into the tech section with the other one, so essentially we can rule this one off. And there's a couple of things lingering from way back to part 40. The power meter, I'm going to make that 5 now. The UHF radio antenna can go into the tech section. We're just going to have to wait for the right person that wants one. This little microdermabrasion tool no one appears to want. We'll drop that down to 5 as well. And we've probably sold half of these power cords, antenna leads. I don't keep track of those. And that smartwatch is still in the cabinet. But I think it's worth that for just for the band. So there we go. We'll leave that one sit as well. Well, essentially we'll rule it off as well, I think, because if those things don't sell at 5, and same with the rice cooker from the previous week, if it doesn't sell at 5 over the next week, it'll be free and I'll move it on that way. And all of the previous weeks have been ruled off. Everything's gone. I need to keep going back through the weeks. I don't always show you, but I keep going back through them myself and just discounting stuff that still sits there. I don't like stuff being stale, sitting around, especially if I've been putting it out the front on the specials table all the time because, you know, the price tickets fade. It looks like old stock. I'd rather move it on, and if that means giving it away, so be it. Occasionally I've had something like a lamp blow off a table and break, and it's ended up in the scrap, or I've saved the shade for something else. But most of the time it's rehomed. So I enjoy this series. I love rehoming stuff. It's very satisfying, and stopping it going into the waste stream's got to be really good. Hey, thanks for watching, guys. We'll catch you in the next video. Bye for now.